An interview with the Republican candidate who will be Doug Mastriano's running mate this November. State Representative Carrie Lewis DelRosso spoke with NBC 10 political reporter Lauren Mayk. Lauren, Mastriano and Lewis DelRosso did not run together, right?
That's right, Jacqueline. In fact, he endorsed someone else. But the way things work in Pennsylvania, whoever wins the Republican primaries for lieutenant governor and governor get teamed up together. She told me that they spoke on election night and that they have texted, but they have not sat down yet to talk strategy. She says they're going to bring the Republican Party together, but it appears they may not agree on everything.
It was a very, very busy last 4 to 5 months, not just being a nominee candidate running for election, but also being a state representative and a mother of 3 busy kids. But I'm a multitasker. I work very hard.
State Representative Carrie Lewis DelRosso is the Republican nominee for lieutenant governor.
What kind of lieutenant governor do you want to be?
I want to be a team player.
Lewis DelRosso won a statewide primary this week that puts her on the ticket with Republican nominee for governor Doug Mastriano, even though they didn't run together in the primary.
I think the both of us can align on the fact that we are hard workers and we are both anti-establishment. We want what's right for the state, and we want the working class families to rise up with us.
Mastriano won more than 40% of the vote, but faced concerns by some Republicans that he would be too extreme to win in a general election. About their campaign ahead, Lewis DelRosso says,
I think that we are going to bring the GOP together and we are going to move forward so we can win in November.
Since they didn't run together, I asked the state representative who represents part of Allegheny County about whether she backs some of the same policies Mastriano has proposed, like having all voters re-register to vote.
Is that something that you agree with, that you would like to see? Do you think everyone should have to re-register to vote?
Have to re-register to vote. Look, I will tell you that our election integrity and election laws are old, and I do believe that we need to look at things, but I'm not sure if that's the answer.
Mastriano has also pushed for an audit of the 2020 election. Former President Trump endorsed him, saying Mastriano would do something about what Trump called theft of the 2020 election.
Do you think the election was stolen from President Trump?
I would prefer not answering that question because, look, I voted for him, and I was trusting a system that, like I said, needs to be looked at. And I think that we tried to do that in the House last year, and anything that we put up got vetoed.
You're running to be second in command in the state. Why would you not want to answer that?
So I'm going to explain something to you about Act 77. Act 77 was, it did stop straight ticket voting. I won down ballot. And that would be me questioning my own race, I think.
Lewis DelRosso beat the then sitting House Minority Leader in a district long held by Democrats. She says she won because she worked hard.
Most of these organizations that are pushing for audits and things like this, things are coming back now that everything that was done could have been done.
Mastriano and Lewis DelRosso will go up against Democrats Josh Shapiro and his running mate Austin Davis in the fall. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Mayk, NBC 10 News.